You ever wonder what's crawling behind your fridge right now? No joke. There's an entire secret world living in our homes. And I'm not talking about ghosts or gremlins. I mean pests. Tiny squatters like roaches, ants, and termites, each living out full-on lives right under our noses. They're born, they grow up, they start families. And most of the time, we don't even notice. Until it's too late. Let's take a closer look at the life cycles of these unwanted house guests. Because understanding how they live, that's the first step to making sure they don't move in for good. Let's start with ants. They're the organized army of the insect world. Tiny, tireless, and everywhere. Ant life begins with a queen. She lays thousands of eggs, which hatch into little white larvae. These larvae don't look like ants yet, more like tiny worms. But after a few molts, they pupate and eventually emerge as adult ants. Workers, soldiers, or future queens and males. Here's the wild part. Worker ants can live for weeks to months. But the queen? She can live for years, producing offspring nonstop. That's how one tiny colony can suddenly take over your kitchen. Next up, cockroaches. The pests that just won't die. Seriously, they've been around since the dinosaurs. A female cockroach produces egg cases called oothisi. Each one can hold 30 to 40 eggs. She hides them in cracks, crevices, anywhere safe and warm. In a few weeks, baby roaches called nymphs hatch and start running. Nymphs look like mini versions of adults, but they molt several times before they're fully grown. Each molt gets them closer to that shiny brown nightmare you see darting across your floor. From egg to adult, it can take just a few weeks. And since one female can lay hundreds of eggs in her lifetime, well, you do the math. Termites are the introverts of the pest world. You won't see them often, but they're always working, quietly, steadily, eating your house from the inside out. Their life cycle is surprisingly similar to ants. Eggs hatch into soft-bodied larvae, which grow into workers, soldiers, or reproductive termites. Now here's the kicker. A termite queen can live for over a decade, and she lays thousands of eggs every single day. Imagine that, an insect maternity ward beneath your floorboards. By the time you spot the damage, they've likely been munching away for years. Ever leave a banana out for a day and suddenly, boom, fruit flies? Yeah, those guys don't waste time. A female fruit fly lays up to 500 eggs on overripe fruit or damp surfaces. Within 24 hours, they hatch into larvae. And in just a week, they're full-grown flies, buzzing around your face. They're small, sure, but when your trash can turn into a breeding ground, it gets out of hand fast. So why does any of this matter? Because once you understand the timing, how fast they grow, reproduce, and spread, you get a real advantage. You stop seeing pests as random invaders and start seeing them for what they are. Tiny life forms running on a schedule you can interrupt. Miss that egg stage and you're just swatting at symptoms. But hit them early, you stop the next generation before it even begins. Every pest has a plan, a cycle, a system for survival. And while we're living our lives, they're living theirs in the walls, in the pipes, behind the pantry. Knowing their life cycle doesn't just make you smarter. It makes you prepared. Because the next time you spot a line of ants or hear that tiny scratching sound in the walls, you'll know this isn't the beginning. It's the middle of something much, much bigger.